EA Sports FC is here and you guys should be looking at foottrading.co.uk. We guarantee you will make millions and millions of coins. We've got people selling the coins they're making for massive, massive profit. We've also got a tournaments area launching. If you fancy yourself as a competitive FIFA player, you'll have the chance to win prizes every single month in our competitive tournaments. We'll be seeding you guys, all that stuff to make sure it is fair for each of you guys to play. And if you sub to the season pass, which will save you about 4 months, if you sub between now and the end of the month, one of you guys will win a copy of EA Sports FC. Chances are you might already have that, so we'll just give you the cash you spent back. It is that simple. Check out Foot Trading, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel recently. It's growing amazingly well. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing. It's free and I guarantee you watching the channel will make you millions of coins this year. If you can drop a like and you can drop a comment, I will comment back to every single person as I always do. And it massively helps the video to get pushed on the YouTube algorithm. And Foot Trading, all these site areas are about to go live. Subscribe over there. I guarantee you you'll make millions. We have one of the biggest communities for a reason. It's an incredible place. We work so hard on it. It supports our content and makes you guys millions of coins. So get involved. I'll be live on Twitch in 15 minutes as well. So make sure you come over to Twitch. The link is down below. But we're going to talk today investments. Now, disclaimer for these investments. So a lot of people are talking about how you can invest in cards and hold cards, etc., etc., etc. Now, in my opinion and most traders' opinions, the market's only going one way, and that is up, okay? So that's what most people are believing and most people are thinking. And so a lot of you guys are asking what to buy into, okay? Now, all I'm going to say about this is just be mindful. Number one, investments are never guaranteed. Number two, you can usually make more coins just by trading on the game without the investments. There are a couple of investments that if you'd have bought into, absolutely flew. But I'm going to explain that to you in a minute, how just being careful with investments as being a dead cert thing is a difficult thing to do, right? So I just want to show my transfer pile, okay? Now, you can see on here I've got some random shadows and hunters. But you can see these guys here. Now, these are the leftovers from my solution trading that I showed you in yesterday's video, okay? Every time that I fill my transfer pile up with solution trading, I'm getting between 40 and 60k, okay? Now, if you think about an investment on a player, let's say you go and buy a DRB now. DRB probably could get you a 40, 50k profit potentially. Maybe not that much. We're still in a bit of the unknown. He can go and get you that sort of profit by investing into him. Now, if you think every hour you can make that solution trading, I question, is it really worth investing into these guys? What I think I might do is wait until later in the week to invest and do that. But some of you guys haven't got the time to trade the same way that I would. So let's take a look at FootWiz and look at some players that you guys could think about potentially trading with, okay? Or investing into. So one of the major things that everyone is talking about are all these evolution cards, okay? Now we'll bring up Ansu Fati. Fati being the first one, it's 8.8k. His graph doesn't make the greatest reading. Up, sort of drop down. We go to the hourlies. And as you can see, Ansu Fati is relatively, not always, but he's relatively stagnant. Up a couple of K isn't really something incredible, although for a low rated card it's not bad. My worry with you guys investing in these cards is that there's going to be so much supply of them because they're all relatively low rated, sort of 78 to 82. So I think you have a real risk that if you buy into these cards, they're going to get packed non-stop when the game first comes out and you might get stung, okay? So I don't really like them too much as investments. Even if they do go up a bit, it's too risky. So what are good investments, right? What you're looking for with these investments are the meta cards from each league, okay? Now, as a basic starting point, anything sort of 50k and above will tend to be a good buy. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of cards just so you can get an idea of it. We'll go to the Premier League. We'll start the Premier League and we'll apply filters. And we'll just have a little look at these cards. So, very few of you are going to have money for someone like Erling Haaland. But as you can see, his graph makes for good reading all the way up. If we look at his hourlies, incredible rise from him, like with his 200,000 coins up, which is fantastic. I still think there's some rise in him. I don't think that he stops there at all. I think he's still going to rise a little bit. But most of you aren't going to have a card like Erling Haaland, and it's a lot of coins to risk. Let's be real, it is a lot of coins to risk. So where are the half-decent other investments you can make, right? We're not interested in the likes of Silva or Fernandez. The price range here, the price level in Odegaard isn't what we're looking at, okay? Cancelo, forget about him for that minute. Now, Tonali isn't a bad investment in any way, shape or form. 138k though, it's expensive. It's quite a lot. Saka, I don't mind. I really don't mind Saka. 39k isn't massive risk, and as you can see, his graph has only gone one way. He's not seen the explosive rise yet that other people have, so he could be half decent. Again, this doesn't make for the best reading. This is how you find players that you want to invest in. Nkunku, okay? Nkunku. This is more like it. So you see a guy, 97k, you see that Friday he was 71, he's now at 90 or 97, and you see this lovely graph that is rising. This is the sort of card that you should think about investing in, okay? If you're insisting on investing. Now, the people that should invest are the people that maybe don't have a lot of time on the game every day to trade. I'm just going to pull this down because you can't really see me very well because of the sun shining through. But they're the people that should be investing, really, because they're the ones that, in my opinion, are going to get the most out of investing. They're the most out of it, okay? So I'd be looking at someone like Nkunku, right? Now let's look at someone else. Trent, no interest. Onana, keepers I don't really like. Rashford, very expensive. Varane, a good, relatively good investment. And again, this is how you find an investment. Let's go and look at what he's done. From 64 all the way to where he is now. This is an incredible rise in this card. Incredible rise in this card. 116k, that's risk. There is risk involved in that, so you have to bear that in mind. I would just caution you to think about, when it comes down to the amount of risk that you want to put in, is that the level in a centre-back? Possibly not. But the card we're going to look at, and I'm going to show you, is the RB, okay? This card is the fastest in the Premier League, 95 pace. His other stats are okay, and he's 3-star weak foot. But you can see 48k, and he's boomed all the way up to nearly double in price, okay? And I called this guy earlier in the week and said, well, over the weekend, and said he's got a lot of room to rise. I would advise you to track his price. If you see him continue to rise, it's probably a good sign that you can probably buy into him, okay? I'd advise you to look at him because he looks like a very decent buy in amongst all these cards. The worry you have with him is this rating, 84 rated. He's going to get packed a lot. So a lot of people will say, okay, cool. When do I sell these cards? And I have to stress this to you guys. I don't think you hold these cards until full release. Because you've got to think, when full release comes round, people this time aren't going to get the 4.6k FIFA points as standard that we all get with the Ultimate Edition, okay? But a lot of people, a huge amount of people, are going to use points and a lot of packs are going to get opened. You've also got the slight risk that there's a promo of Road to Knockout starting on Friday, which means EA are going to throw out a huge amount of promo packs. That could really drive the price down on some of these cards. So I would not be holding until full release. I actually think your sell point might be towards the Wednesday, maybe early Thursday. You've got rewards on Thursday, which might allow for a little rise after rewards because people have got some more coins and whatnot. But I would be very careful holding these until full release. Now, think about it this way. If they do go up after full release and you've lost out on some coins, it doesn't really matter. You've made good profit anyway. Who cares? If they go down, you're then struggling to make coins back. And that's something you've got to bear in mind. If they go down, you're losing a good amount of coins. So that's something that I would be very mindful of, okay? Really mindful of. But that's that. Now, another good investment, and we think about, right, what are good investments? What are decent investments in all of this, right? And what cards are rarest on the game? And the answer to that is icons and heroes, okay? Now, icons have already seen a boom, and heroes are starting to rise. So we'll apply the filter and go to heroes. We'll get rid of the Premier League because we don't want that. We want heroes. We'll just get heroes up. And we get rid of gold rares as well because we don't want gold rare there. Apply filters. And you can see all the heroes basically. So what you're looking for here are those relatively strongly meta cards that maybe aren't too expensive. So Gianluca Vialli, in my opinion, it isn't a bad card at all, right? He's 180k. If we have a look at Chiesa and we go to his card, he's sitting at 71k. So maybe someone might want to link Vialli to Chiesa because obviously there's a value there. What we do is look at Vialli's graph, 180 at the moment, and you can see he has absolutely flown up to 180k, okay? That's a huge rise, and probably only going to get more expensive in the next coming days. 3-star, 4-star, the 3-star skill moves kill him a little bit, but again, good pace, good shooting, decent dribbling, like decent enough, reactions and composure are good. So that's the sort of player I'd be interested in. Another one that I've already got up, Ludovic Juli, 86, 88 pace, 83 shooting, 81 passing, 85 dribbling. This is a really nice card. 4-star. I looked to buy them yesterday And he was sat at basically 180k. He's now up at 224k, which is a really, really significant rise. He's Ligue 1. He links a lot of players from that league, which is great. People are saying, oh, he links Mbappe. I'm not sure that you use Julie to link an Mbappe card. I think you're more likely to use a Ginola. But he does link a lot of players in this league, and I think heroes this year could be big, okay? They could be big. But we're going to have a little look at icons, and I'm just going to show you what icons did yesterday alone, okay? So if we go to icons, and we have a little look, because we've got some anchors there, which is good. Look at Robert Pires. So for 142 yesterday, cheapest sitting at the moment, 175. Cliver at 120 yesterday. He's all bid for 124. Cheapest sitting at the moment, 140. Bang 140, it's a 20k rise. Ashley Cole. Dan called Ashley Cole in his stream yesterday. 215 that one went for. And the cheapest you can find on the market right now is 268. These rises in icons are incredible. They're massive, massive rises. And I still think they've got some rising in them to continue to go, basically. My big but to this is they all will have a ceiling price. Every card you see will have a ceiling price. And once it hits that ceiling price, panic might sort of ensue and people start to worry about that. If you don't want to invest long term, what you can do is invest each day. So potentially you could go and buy an Ashley Cole, hold on to him from the evening that you buy him till the next morning when he's risen, sell him for profit, move on to another card, and just make that sort of 30, 40k potentially each day off of cards. You could do that instead, which isn't a bad shout at all. It's a pretty fair, decent shout, in fact. But those of you that want to invest, there are loads of players out there for you to invest in. You've just got to be mindful that there is always risk with investing, okay? There's always risk. But that's how you go about finding the cards. Don't just go out and buy all the same investments I've just told you, because you're all going to end up investing into each other's cards. Look for those meta cards. Remember that sort of golden rule, 50k and above tends to be a good place to buy in. Look for their graph. If it's up, that is a good place to look at, okay? Just be mindful, if they've had a ridiculous rise, sometimes that might slow down. People go, hang on, that's a bit too expensive for that player. A decent rise to me is sort of maybe doubling since maybe Saturday. Something like that is a good place to be. But that's really the investments you need to be looking at and how to invest on this game. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.